Askreddit asks, Introverts of Reddit, when was the most inconvenient time your social battery ran out?
Get halfway through telling a story. Realize it's longer than I remembered and have to gruel through the rest of it. Edit. Wow, lol, glad y'all can relate. Can't believe I got my first gold and silver off of this, lol.
Oh my god, anytime I start a story without realizing how many backstories and side stories I have to tell in order to make them understand the main story absolutely kills my battery. Middle of job interview.
Mao, why do you want to work here? You know what? I don't. Peace. Same here. The woman interviewing me asked me twice if I was okay. I was so nervous I shut down in the middle of it. It was for a retail job. She was telling me about how one of her employees was shy just like me. Which was fine, except that the employee was cheerful when she needed to be. So there that.
My wife and I had a couple who mildly annoys me over for dinner and a board game. Game ended around 10 p.m. I was at the drain point. Was a perfect time for goodbyes. And then my wife went to the sitting room and started a whole new conversation with them. 20 minutes later, I faked being asleep to get them to leave.
You and your wife are polar opposites, huh? This happens to me all the time. I'm always trying to explain to my wife that there's a time to start new conversations and a time to let things peter out to the old, well. It's been a great night. Quote. I have been at a few parties where I just suddenly didn't want to be there and had to leave. It's like a light switch is shut off in my head. I've walked home rather than wait for my ride to be ready to go.
I always find that those walks home, while frustrating to start, always ends up being somewhat refreshing for me. Even though I am not comfortably at home, I am doing what I want and not under social pressure.
I have mastered the Irish goodbye. I'll get a text hours later. Where did you go? Quote, ? Bitch. You know where I went. Home.
Man, my social battery is always drained by 9:30. I could be at a party and I'm over it by 9:30
a.m. or p.m.
This guy parties.
Lol at m. Like it'd be able to make it past midnight.
One of my best friends graduated college and the day after a group of us went out. About 30 minutes in, I was on 2%.
Had that happen after a baptism service I had to attend. I was socially drained after all the congratulations and shit flowed around.
I was so glad that at my college graduation they didn't announce people individually. Total ceremony was like 2 hours for over 3,000 grads. Just the one jug of cider? The moment I walked into a party, my roommate had taken me along with him and I knew no one there, so I pulled a Batman and vanished while he was looking away.
The good old Irish goodbye.
I've been to so many parties where I'll wait until everyone is drunk, distracted and just leave.
If it's at the start of the party, does it become an Irish hello?
My early 20s. I am 30 now and still haven't found the charger.
I feel this. You are not alone.
I'm 30 and the trick I found is to just preserve the battery as much as possible and only use it when absolutely necessary.
Probably any of those times where my friend would say, hey man, we're gonna just be a few PPL playing Smash Brothers or Mario Kart. Gonna hit the bomb. Wanna chill? And I'm like, yeah sure, sounds good. I get there, and legit 20 minutes in. Friend is like, oh shit, yeah, there's that party tonight, let's hit the bar then go the party, and I'm like, yeah sounds good. But am secretly like, no, we end up at some house party with like 50 plus people and I turn into Michael Cera from Superbad. Why do I do this?
At work, I work as a cashier and this was 3 hours before my shift ended.
Hey, how's it going? Scans as quickly as possible.
1 second after committing to any social event.
Just getting the text asking me if I want to do something makes me sink farther into my bed.
But the instant relief you get when canceling those plans, oh man, it's better than crack.
I have abandoned plans so many times because I make them in a social mood, and when the day comes I just want to hide in my room and play RuneScape. At the family dinner right after my brother's funeral. At the funeral, I was able to be the person that received all the hugs and said hello to a ton of people I hadn't seen in years. I kept it together for the most part. However, I also have a really big, and overly dramatic, family, and by the end of it all I was ready to be alone. So I was happy sitting in my chair at the table while everyone else mingled among themselves. Edit. Sentence structure and a typo.
Sorry about your brother, man. I was an orientation leader, basically a long week of showing freshmen around campus, and I crashed hard by Wednesday. Little did I know we were also expected to go out partying with the staff in the evenings. So our days would be 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. with the first years. Then 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. with our staff. It was hell.
Damn, I think I fried my own social circuits just from reading this.
In the middle of a conversation with my extrovert friend who dragged me to this party. Wouldn't stop bugging me about it. Guess I looked bummed.
I hate when people call you out on being an introvert and make it seem like they're better than you cause they're always surrounded by people.
Some friends asked me to dinner. It was kind of understood that it would be just the three of us. Go over to their house. Lots of people there. Somebody's birthday. No dinner. I went up to them and said, "I'm sorry, but I'm not staying. We can have dinner together another time. Bye," and walked out. Didn't care who thought I was the asshole. Don't pull that shit on me because you know better.
Dinner and party are two very different things.
I had broke up with a girlfriend and a very extroverted friend of mine asked me to hang out and party with him and some of his very extroverted friends. I said fuck it and went. It started out good, but by the third bar we jumped. I was exhausted and ready to crash. Shitty thing was that we took my car and I couldn't leave without them. We ended up going to this high-end club in Chicago and they bought bottle service for like $500. They all got drunk as fuck and started urging me to get drunk, so I had to sip on water pretending that it was vodka. I pretty much spent the night trying to avoid the hordes of drunk people raving to loud as fuck dance music while I had to manage my anxiety so I didn't completely melt down. Afterwards I dropped their asses off, went home, and completely shut myself out from the world for a week.
Keep 3 places in a row is my limit, period. Day or night.
My friend of 12 years from USA, I'm UK, came over. We met for the first time and after 2 hours of us playing couch games like Overcooked, I was pooped. I just wanted to play a single player game. So I showed my friend my Oculus Rift. She loved it, played it for a good hour after I set it up. Meanwhile I leave the room quietly pretending I'm still in the room and I go to the bathroom with my 3DS to play Bravely Second. To this day they never knew I abandoned them for an hour.
Overcooked for 2 hours? Question mark. That game drains me after like 20 minutes. It's intense AF.
Can't believe nobody commented about the fact that you were playing Bravely Second. That game fucking rocks.
I'm no longer dating her so I don't feel bad. But right in the middle of my ex's mom's birthday where I was meeting her entire extended family. Her aunt got really drunk and passed out in the only bedroom I could have hid in, so I faked feeling suck and hid in the bathroom. I was bored. And that's how I found out her mom keeps all her sex toys in a basket above her bathroom towels.
Terrible place to hide sex toys. Everyone knows you hide them in your sock drawer.
My job is retail, so generally my social battery is on all day, and when I go out with my girlfriend it's hard to be in a social scene. I'm physically exhausted and I need the rest of the day just to re-energize. Every day, downcast face with sweat, I miss going out. One of these days I'll figure it out.
I work retail too. About 5 minutes into my shift it takes everything in me not to tell everyone to fuck off.
My BF's brother's grad party. I straight up looked dead by an hour in and drinking is what gave me a second wind. Edit. Did not expect for my comment to blow up. Holy shit and thanks! Exclamation mark.
Well, they don't call it a social lubricant for nothing. Sorry guys. Totally meant to type grad.
The worst time was while house hunting. That was a problem because I really needed to find a house and being exhausted, drained, so done with the whole situation was not a good mentality for trying to evaluate a potential home. I did find a good place. FYI, I feel you. I was at the mall the other day and right after I finished checking out at a store, my battery hit 0. I had to find a secluded bench away from everyone and take a few deep breaths and remind myself that I still had to visit a few more stores. I did so, just quite grouchily.
When my crush said hi you, Lukes_2006.
Happened to me and probably several other as well. It is sad.
Oof.
A couple years into my marriage when I had been busting my balls for years trying to make her think I was extroverted like her. We're still married. I think she kinda always knew. I've actually gotten pretty good at faking extroversion and being the center of attention and even the life of the party. But I will always 100% look for any excuse to get out of social events. Especially cause our kids are also extroverts and wanna go too and I'm just here. All alone, recharging so hard.
Not one time in general, but pretty much every Friday. That's usually the best day to hang out with one of my friends. For a while we worked together, so it made sense to just head over to his place after work. Every week, without fail, it would go like this. 1. Get to his house at 5 or 6. 2. It gets late for me. 9:30 or 10. 3. Yeah, I should probably start heading out. 4. Friend and his girlfriend. What? Exclamation mark. Question mark. Exclamation mark. You've only been here a few hours. We're about to blank. 5. Or fuck, guess I'm staying another 2 hours.
I'm on Reddit and I'm exhausted.
IKR brew reading all these comments is exhausting lol. Closing parenthesis dot.
When my dad died 12 days ago, apparently even warning people that I was going to be okay. But that I was going to check out for a while wasn't enough. RIP FB, VM, text, and email inboxes. On the plus side, I've learned that I'm pretty loved.
Hey, I'm super sorry for your loss. I've been through this exact same thing. Just hold on and make sure you ask for help if and when you need it. You're not alone. I'm here if you need to talk.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and above all, have an excellent day you incredible people.